Welcome to the Gamers Guild Weekly Show with Hopp. This is where you'll find all that's going on inside the Gamers Guild Discord, as well as some fun and gaming information you may not have even known you needed. And now, here's Hopp. Yes, welcome to the show, everybody. So glad you're here. Welcome to the second edition of the Gamers Guild Weekly Show, and I'm so happy that you're here. Just to give you a reminder about Gamers Guild, the Gamers Guild is a group of gamers that have come together. We were formerly known as architects, but now we have come together just to kind of enjoy each other's company and to have fun playing together. We do play a lot of Ark, but we also play many other games, as you're going to see in the video tonight. We've had Minecraft servers, Valheim servers, Pal World servers, you name it, we've probably had it. So it's just been a wonderful time here, so come and be a part of that. You will see the link to the Gamers Guild Discord in the description. Come be part of the fun. I promise you won't regret it. As part of the Gamers Guild, we have a weekly Gazette, so let's head to the Gazette right now. Here we are, episode 7, edition 7 of the Gamers Guild Gazette. This is what we know is going on. So, yeah, we've had a bunch of different things going on here, as you can tell. There's always a what's going on in the weekend section, as you can see right here up top. If you're new to the Discord, of course, Shiloh always has the question to ask the newbies, and then you get a Solvy reward. So, yeah, you might want to answer that. This one's an easy one. I don't even have to give you hints on this one. If you have any gaming history whatsoever, you're going to get this right. What color is Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, so, believe it or not, I didn't really play a lot of that. I was a Nintendo guy, not a Sega guy. That's just me. Okay, some announcements and reminders for the cluster in general. We're going to have a new plugin for mob capture on the Minecraft server, so you'll want to try that out. Now, 1.21, the newest build for Minecraft, is not available yet. There's still some plugins left to be added in. We found that out the hard way right before the Friday night stream with me and Firepumpkin. So, yeah, just make sure you're ready for the plugins. Volunteer of the Month. Volunteer of the Month. Nominations are due for people in the cluster to nominate. It's not just those that are in the cluster. Everybody, including other volunteers, can nominate each other for Volunteer of the Month. And in the end, we let the community decide who the Volunteer of the Month was. Last month, it was Passion Tiger, our IT director. So it's wonderful to know that's going on. And if you like playing Minecraft, the bingo event is still going until the end of June. So come on back for that. Upcoming this week, later this week, starting on Tuesday, Tuesday through Friday, we will have a hump week, boosted rates on the Ark servers. So come on out and be part of that. That's something that's going to be pretty interesting. We'll get into some other upcoming events here in a little bit. Did you know? I like this from Snow Griffin, and I'm in the way. So hold on a second. Let me jump out of the way here and read this to you. A little ASA tip from Snow Griffin. Keeping wyvern milk, organic polymer, and veggie cakes. The best length of time preserved after the tech dedicated storage, obviously, is number 1, the M+ item aggregator. That tells you how long. 2 days for wyvern milk, and a frozen dino, is the same. Now, if you get a shiny dino that's a frozen dino, and I love those things, they freeze up, they get icicles on them, it's wonderful. You can actually store stuff in there. Wyvern milk will stay 5 hours, everything else stays the same. Now, if you have the electric fridge, it will not take wyvern milk. So you got to be careful about that as well. But that's a great tip from Snow Griffin. So if you're actually able to see her, tell her thanks for the tip. Community contributions. Now we see all these contributions right here. I'm blocking some of them. But let's go ahead and let's just look at some of these really quick. And I'll bring them up in a larger state behind me. But you're going to see some of the rhinos that were tamed, and some of these came from the second day. There was a second day, of course, when we released the first edition of Gamers Guild Weekly Show last week. The second day had not happened yet whenever it was uploaded to YouTube. So all I had was some of the results and action and stuff that went on in the first day. So here's some of the results from the second day. You'll see Shell. Shell has a multicolored one. I believe that's the one that was from the first day that I absolutely loved. These other three, I believe, are all from day 2. You have the personal favorite of mine, purple and green. Some of my favorite colors, obviously. From Loki, as Loki had a Rhino Natha with a wonderful blend of purple and green. Then we also had Aaron Sun 117 getting what I like to call the Ironheart Rhino Natha, which has the gold and the red that was signified by the Marvel hero. And then Killer Bee gets White Shadow. Yep, that's what I have named this one, White Shadow. Obviously, because of the white predominant colors, as well as the nice little gold booties and orange rear there. But I really enjoy that color as well. So there are your 4 community picks for screenshots. Now, keep in mind, these are chosen by the Gazette, but they still are featured here, which means each single person here will receive 1,000 Solvi for being featured on the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. Now it's time to head back to one of our more fun segments from last week. We decided to bring it back again. I have an interview with the Gigantaraptor, one of the newest creatures in the Ark world, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. So let's give that a listen right now. Well, thanks for joining me today, Gigantaraptor.
Oh, well, bless your heart. It is a pleasure to be here with you, Hopp.
Oh, well,
but listen, I got to tell you. Oh, what was that? Sorry, honey, I talked over you. What was that, dear?
Okay. I'm just glad you could take some time with us today.
I know, because I tell you, I don't have much time to dilly-dally. I mean, I got babies to watch and over and to protect them. And, you know, it seems like there is always something trying to attack them, bless their little hearts. I tell you, it's a full-time job.
So you would say your work is absolutely never done?
Oh, honey, you got that right. My days are packed from dawn till dusk, okay? I'm busier than a one-legged cat in a sandbox. I ain't just a big old bird. I'm a caregiver through and through. I use my sharp claws and speed to fend off all those threats, okay? But then it's my soft heart that keeps me going. I even take in orphan babies of rifle species. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Oh, it's a lot of work, but you know somebody's got to do it.
So, do you think people misunderstand the protection aspect, that desire you have?
Oh, honey, let me tell you, I reckon they do. Some folks, they see my size and my claws, right? And they think I'm just a big old brute. But really, I'm all about love and care, okay? I just want to make sure my little ones grow up strong and safe. It ain't about fighting. It's about protecting and nurturing, honey.
So the videos of people being chased by Gigantaraptors is not something that is the norm.
Well, I mean, if they get a little too close to my brood, well, yeah, you're going to get chased, honey, because I need to protect. I don't know you. We ain't friends yet. I ain't coming to your house with Jell-O. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, that does happen, dear. It does. But, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. They're going to assume that I'm just all about fighting. But really what I'm saying is, hey, I got babies over here, honey, and you ain't invited. We ain't friends. So back off. Make sure my babies are safe. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Gigantaraptor. Oh, what an experience. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that was really interesting, and that's just a part. That's only about a third of the interview. So if you want to see the whole interview, you can click the link in the description. It'll take you right to the Gigantaraptor interview in full that will be available as of about 15 minutes after this has been released. just to make sure that people were coming here and seeing this first before going to the Gigantaraptor interview. So enjoy that full interview. Pretty interesting stuff right there. Now, the next thing that I want to go over is the community crunch for the Ark world. And there's really not a lot in it, but there is some stuff that I think needs to be discussed. So let's head right there now. So community crunch 414 drops. Now, there's a lot of things mentioned all the way throughout here. You can go through and you can look at it yourself. There's stuff from the Conquest servers. We're not even going to talk about the Conquest servers. That was a joke. Mod Spotlight. There's a couple of good mod spotlights. Great community stuff. All that's wonderful. This right here is what needs to be discussed. Club Ark. What is Club Ark going to be? We don't really know. We're not really told. All we're told is that it's a social hub for all survivors, both from the PvE and PvP realm. I'm not sure if it's official only or if it's going to be unofficial. I've got to imagine it's going to be official only, but I don't know for sure. We're not given a ton of information about it. You can tell a lot of what's going on in just the picture here. As you can see, one of the things that was noted was Ross Clark even noticed that middle picture especially looks like something similar to Captain Fat Dog's mod that was used for the latest season of Monarchy. So I don't know if that's if Fat Dog has worked with Ark with Wildcard in order to put this as a part of it or not. You see that there's a spin wheel. That's very familiar to almost everybody that does a lot of gaming videos for the Ark world especially. But what we're seeing here is that they're going to dive into a stampede of ever-growing mini-games, missions, earning prizes, including items and dinos you can take back home with you. Now, what that tells me is this has very much got a chance to be yet another premium mob. Keep in mind, tomorrow, the 17th, we're supposed to get the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger drop that everybody's so excited about. We don't know if it's a paid mod or a free mod. My odds are, yeah, it's gonna be a free. It's not gonna be a freebie. I'll tell you that right now. Especially if they're getting to use the license for the Power Rangers. But could this be one giant combined mod where you get access to all the skins and stuff for the Power Rangers? And then also get access to Club Ark, where you can go and run. And what Club Ark looks like, it looks like it's going to be a mixture of, honestly, what Ross said in the way Monarchy Season 5 ran, with the mod that Captain Fat Dog created, mixed in with Genesis missions, where you get rewards for going through these missions. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but if I were a guessing man, if this is a paid mod, my guess is it's going to be the most expensive paid mod we've seen. It'll be more than a map. It'll be more than a simple dino. It'll be a $20 to $30 probably mod. I don't know. I do know that there was kind of a gag that they put up in a test where they actually put a $100 paid mod placeholder in Ark, and 30-something people bought it, even though it says clearly do not buy. So I don't know. I don't know if they're planning on something, but I'm telling you right now, this mod could be the highest priced mod because of the subject matter if the Power Rangers are a part of it. That's the biggest thing that comes out of the crunch, and I'm not really sure exactly what to think about all that. But I guess we'll find out in due time. I want to take you back to Friday night. I finally did get on the Minecraft server with Firepumpkin. We had a lot of fun.
Hey, Piggy!
As you can tell, we had a lot of fun.
Come here, Piggy!
I went after a pig.
Come here, Piggy!
It was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna punch you and make you my friend.
For 4 years.
I don't know if that's how that works here or not.
I went after this pig with everything I had.
Here, Piggy, Piggy. Come here, Piggy. Oink, oink. Oh, no. No, all it did.
It was wonderful.
All it did
But the best part's still to come. I want to show you the best part of this whole segment.
Not pygmy.
Yep.
Pygmy.
You killed it. Yeah, you killed it.
I feel bad now.
Don't feel bad.
But now I can feed myself. You know, if you
good.
if you let a man punch a pig, he can feed himself for one time. If you
You can tell we have a lot of fun when we stream, and every week we stream at 9 p.m. Eastern every Friday night. So come on out and join my stream or Firepumpkin stream and be part of the fun here on the cluster, depending on whatever game that we decide that we are going to play. Up next is the top 10 list. It's a very special top 10 list. It's a personal top 10 list. Last week we did an ARC top 10 list. This is a little bit different because tonight my top 10 list is the top 10 greatest games of all time. Now, no list is perfect, and this is my personal list. Now, there's some amazing games out now that would potentially crack this list if I had played them. We must remember that the qualifier for this list is that they're my personal top 10 games of all time. So games like Baldur's Gate, Red Dead Redemption, Final Fantasy, God of War, and so many others don't make the list because I have never played them. Or in the case of Asuka, they've not been released yet in full, so I can't count them yet. But here are my top 10 all-time games as voted by me. Number 10, NBA 2K12 for PS2. Generally regarded as the best incarnation of the franchise before the destructive microtransaction-created soul, this version ranks on my list not because of what was added to the gameplay and mechanics at the time, but because the cover athlete was my favorite player of all time, Larry Bird. No doubt about it, that's why this one ranks. Number 9, Adventure Capitalists. The first of 2 games on the list that my son introduced me to. Adventure Capitalist is an idle clicking game created by Australian company Hyper Hippo. This game allows you to build an economic empire, starting with selling lemonades and clicking all the way up to eventually hiring managers, getting angels to help grow your wealth exponentially. The game is amazingly mind-grabbing and addictive, as each clicking business has a timer on it to complete its run. On top of everything, it's free to play in Steam and almost all mobile devices. Number 8, Double Dragon from the arcade. Yes, I predate console games. There was a version of this game later released on consoles, but the original was something that grabbed people as you played one of these twin martial artists trying to rescue a damsel in distress. Yes, the graphics are not state-of-the-art. This was a game of the late 80s. But the amount of quarters we spent just to be able to get a hold of those wonderful bats to knock people around was astounding. Number 7, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. The original version, not the knockoff for Super Nintendo. The original was fun, as you tried learning the strengths and weaknesses of each fighter on the ladder to Iron Mike himself. The real fun was also between rounds, when the opponent would trash talk Little Mac, and your corner man would just tell you to buy the newest issue of Nintendo Power Magazine today. The moment you defeat Tyson is one of the greatest moments in all of gaming. See what I'm saying? And part of the reason is what he says after. See what I mean?
That's what she said.
Couldn't resist. Number 6, College Hoops 2K8. In sports gaming, it was always exciting to create yourself as a player and go and put legendary performances up. But in this series, though, it was about becoming the coach of your favorite college. Working your way up from small schools to large schools, whatever you want to do. You're given a contract by the school. You have to recruit week by week talented players for each graduating class and hope that you can continue adding XP points to make yourself a better strategist or recruiter. I always loved this because it was a challenging way to play sports games that did not just involve simply playing the game itself all the time.
Goes straight out of bounds after the shot.
Number 5, Super Mario World. Speaking of changing how a game was played, the first 3 versions of Super Mario Bros. Were a normal, straightforward, side-scrolling game that you couldn't really go backwards in. But here, Super Mario World changed that, giving us a chance to move any direction within the map presented to us. Not to mention, it gave us Yoshi. And that made the game even more interesting. I always loved this version, and beating this game, well, it was actually quite the accomplishment. Number 4, Madden NFL 2004. Most think that the best playable version of this in the actual gameplay happened the year before. But this version introduced us to something different. Owner mode. In that mode, you could change the prices of everything from hot dogs to programs to even the tickets themselves. It allowed you to build new stadiums and try to become successful as an owner based on the coaches you hired, the players that you drafted and signed. Madden has become a microtransaction cesspool ever since. And then, of course, the NFL gave Electronic Arts an exclusive contract, which means they've never had to really try to improve the game, and they've actually taken away many functions since then. But I've always enjoyed owner mode, and that's why this one makes my list.
Look out. You're in a hole here on 3rd down, and they come through with this perfect play.
Number 3, Dragon Warrior. The first game that was truly immersive for me as a role player outside of sports games. This game was not pleasing graphically at all. At all. But you had to slowly level up your knight, search for bad guys to fight, and better yourself. And eventually you got the best armor, the best sword, you learned all the spells in order to go after the Dragon Lord, who offered you a chance to join him, and as soon as you turned him down, he began to attack. There were a few sequels to this game, but this original was always the best one. Number 2, Ark Survival Evolve Ascended. Now, if you know me today, this is probably what you thought would be my number 1, but this game has become special to me in many ways. In the 3 years and change since I've been playing it, my son got me to play it when we first started gaming together, and I was hooked the moment I punched my first dodo. I've also defeated every story map on the old Evolved, and even some of the non-story ones. And I've also begun to do this on the new Ascended, ASA. I have also found a community for which I'm making this video that honestly has become like my own tribe. Yes, Ark has its problems now. It's teetering on major microtransaction issues, but I'll always have a place in my heart for this dino crafting game. Now, let me throw some titles out before we get to number 1 and give you some of the honorable mentions. Minecraft for the PC. Love that game. NHLPA Hockey for the Super Nintendo. I could not tell you how many times I played this game. Another addictive game, Combat for Atari 2600. I think I gave away what my last honorable mention is. And SimCity for the Super Nintendo and also for the PC, where you can build your own world and have a lot of fun. But now my number 1 favorite game of all time, number 1, Tecmo Bowl for the original Nintendo. My first real multiplayer experience. Still one of the best ever. No, not the game. This game was way before the internet. I mean the real multiplayer, where you sat around with your buddies on a couch or in a living room and you just tried to beat each other. Yes, the game is an 8-block mess, but it is a masterpiece. It didn't even have all the NFL teams in it, but to this day, if you got to play as the Raiders or the Giants, you were tough to handle. The Raiders, as you're seeing right now, had Bo Jackson, the fastest player in the game, who honestly was difficult to tackle. The Giants had Lawrence Taylor, the fastest defensive player who could block everything. So I dominated with these teams for years. The sentimentality makes it my number 1 game of all time. Now you've heard my top 10. What are your top 10? Leave a comment today in this video and let me know what some of your 10 favorite games of all time are. Do we have any in common? Be nice to find out. Now, I want to get to the meme trunk. It's time for the meme. I love the meme trunk. The meme trunk does have some entries this week. So let's get to those. The meme trunk. The first one. I twisted my ankle yesterday. So today my Ankylosaurus. Fletch is on a roll. He's appeared 2 weeks in a row. That was a good one. Raccoons are saddle-breaking feral hogs and riding them into battle against possums, and the media's not going to cover it. I kept thinking about all the different things that Art could do with something like this. I found it pretty funny. And the last one is from Freya. Trying to cryopod this kitty might be a tad touchy. Trunk's on fire. And as you can see, somehow the pyromane has taken the place in the crotch. I guess fire crotch has a whole new meaning right now to this player. Not only do we have the meme trunk, but we also have the content subscription area. My personal submission, the why in the world is this still happening? I'm flying on my RG, and look at this. Just look. I'm not touching it. I'm upside down. I'm doing a headstand. I can't get rid of it. I don't understand it. It's weird. Why is this still happening? But the best one might be this one right here, as Ranger goes after the Ender Dragon. Look at this. Minecraft is new to the server, and I don't know how many times Ranger's done this. But he has beaten the Ender Dragon multiple times. Holy moly. And the dragon is dead. Nice job, Ranger. Really nice job. Do you want your submissions to be included here on Gamers Guild Weekly Show? If so, you just have to go right here. And what you'll see is there's a place for the meme trunk, there's a place for content submissions, there's a place for clips in the clip pile. Every single one of those areas is a place where you can submit something to be featured here on the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. And you will win 1,000 Solvi for being featured. Now it's time for our big honor, the Content Creator of the Week. Our Content Creator of the Week is Shiloh the Horror Chic. Shiloh the Horror Chic, who started her channel for the first time and put out the first video ever for that channel. So I want to recognize Shiloh for being our Content Creator of the Week. And so let's go take a look at the video. I'm sure you're going to love it.
Is he watching me? Please don't be behind me. Oh yeah, Jesus, heaven and hell. Is that it?
That one's gonna scare you for sure. That entire schizo play is available on the channel, and I will put Shiloh's channel description in, link in the description so that you all can go there and support this brand new channel as our Content Creator of the Week. Real quick, let me give you some upcoming events that are coming over the next week. Again, we talked about the rates that are going to be upped for the ARC cluster maps on the Gamers Guild cluster. So be excited about the Hump Week cluster rates going up. Also, don't forget that next week on the 23rd, Sunday the 23rd, there is a Wild West Shootout event, so come and be a part of that as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. There is a place to sign up on the Discord, so just go and hit that interested and mark your calendars. Odds are we won't be able to cover that next week, as it will be taking place right around the time that our weekly video will be released on Sunday night. But you can bet 2 weeks from now you're going to see some coverage of that Wild West shootout. Don't forget to come by my channel. This week you're going to see day 6 is going to be released in my NPC 100 days. I'm going to be streaming it some from my center map. I'm also going to be streaming with Firepumpkin, as we are so excited because Asuka is released this week on Thursday the 20th. So we're both very excited about that. We're not the only ones. There's another half a dozen people that are excited about playing this game. As you can tell, we got a lot going on this week, and we hope that you'll join us. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Share this with everybody so that we can get the Gamers Guild out to as many people as possible. Until next time, this is Hopp saying so long.